When I went to India from Hong Kong to open up the first local market, I felt as if I had plunged into cold water in the middle of winter. That is the time I would rather forgot. Bangalore has now become the city renowned for IT software development. But at that time, the city was one of the backward traffic conditions. No direct flight from Hong Kong, no direct flight from Hong Kong to Bangalore, and very few hotels, which has nothing to recommend them in terms of sanitary condition. To make things worse, the food did not suit my taste. And I also remember that many Taiwanese manufacturers entered to India at about the same time, and most of them intended to set up local factory to produce watches. However, they have finally retreated in failure for various reasons. Their experience and the lesson they learned showed that in opening up the Indian market, it is better to pursue trade rather than manufacturing. The Indian market of the population of watch wearer in India is very low. In the well-developed market, on average, 250 out of every 1,000 people wear a watch. But the figure is only 25 in India. Calculation based on this Indian population give a demand of 30 million watches, only 14 million of which can be met through regular channel. The number of legally imported watch is simply far from enough. Then they create the opportunity for Hong Kong enterprise to enter to Indian market. In the Indian watch market were to mature, a population of 1.2 billion would represent a demand of 300 million watches, meaning that a market 10 times the present scale is waiting for us. This is undoubtedly a huge potential market. In India, watches come into the wide range of price niche from US$ 8.7 to 2,700, with low grade, medium grade, high grade, extra high grade, and premium grade product is available. According to the statistics, nearly 70% of all watches in the Indian market sell at a price of less than $22. Now, changing consumption preference and raising brand awareness in the spirit of the present wide coverage of low-end products. Indian consumers still prefer high-quality watches. As today, they no longer look at the watches from functional perspective only, but they have an intensive brand awareness and see brands as a symbol of status, which can bring out their individuality. Over 58% of the Indian population is under the age of 25. A total of approximately 700 million, and over 80% is under age 45, which is approximately 960 million population. Meanwhile, today, India has 60,000 billion lire and 30 million lire, and a middle class of 300 million with an annual income of more than $5,000. From this angle, our Hong Kong watch manufacturer, by playing to their strength, and fully capable of guiding the consumption preference and brand awareness of the consumer in India through brand culture. Creative product, far-reaching international influence, and diversified advertising. I'm very optimistic about the prospect of the Indian market. Several years ago, I joined a delegation organized by Hong Kong government and Hong Kong TDC to conduct an inspection tour of the Indian market. According to local officials that I received from us, 320 shopping malls would be complete in the recent year, each about as large as Hong Kong Pacific Place at the MOT. Therefore, the market condition in India allow for a big role to be played by the Hong Kong timepiece watch manufacturer or industry. There's two things that impressed me most in my interaction with the Indian, which I want to share here with you. The first is that the local people have a different sense of time. It is commonplace for them to be 1 or 2 hours late for an appointment. Even during the session of the Indian Parliament, it is common for politicians and officials to arrive late. I don't know, I need to ask some of our Indian friends. On the contrary, you must keep more patient, more tolerant, and more understanding toward them, and to leave leeway to schedule it. In short, when in Rome, do as a Roman do. The second thing that is to success in India, it is very important to find a reliable partner, preferably a company with high prestige. My biggest partner in India now is Titan Industry Limited, which is under in the Tata Group, which has a long history going back in 136 years ago. Ratan Tata, the president head of the group, is the richest man in India and the Forbes Asian Businessman of the Year for 2005. His family holding, supposing I let Mr. Go on the talk, but since I have in my presentation, his family holding are well at 14.3 billion US dollars and represent an annual business turnover equal about 5% of the Indian GDP. At Titan Industry Limited, which is cooperate with us, is one of the most outstanding companies under the Tata Group. Through many years trade contact, we two companies therefore established a long-term relationship of our friendly cooperation, for watches dealer, smuggling may be the biggest challenges to their entry into Indian market. The number of watches smuggling into India each year is among to 80 million pieces, more than 10 times the number of import legally. But the impact on my business is limited, as most of the smuggled watches are low grade, which I focus on medium and high grade, high-end models. So I just two things again. If you want to do business in India, must be patient, okay, and find a good partner. Thank you very much.